If we could stop locking up, stop incarcerating just half of the nonviolent offenders and work with them through alternative paths, that would free up $15 billion annually. $15 billion we could save. And while there's been conversation about that, what we linked it to is we said, let's take that $15 billion and let's invest that in teachers working in our nation's high-poverty, disadvantaged schools and communities where we know we need the most talent, where we need the hardest-working, most committed teachers and principals. And let's take every teacher and principal in those disadvantaged communities and give them all a 50% pay increase. And we could fully fund that with that $15 billion. Now, I'd love to give every teacher in the nation a pay increase. No educator gets paid enough. But to start with those who are taking on the hardest of assignments, whether that's inner city D.C. or in a rural community or on a Native American reservation, and saying we recognize the challenge, but we recognize your commitment. And we think if we had great educators who would not just come to these communities but stay long term, we think we would see precipitous drops in incarceration. We know extraordinary teachers literally transform students' lives. And Joe, you just talked about you're a high school teacher. We all have those stories of teachers that changed us in very, very powerful and profound ways. I just want our kids and our communities who so often get the least, I want them to have access to the best and brightest and to the hardest working. So that's the challenge to states, to local communities. Can we stop making the bet on locking young folks up? And can we start making the bet on educating youngsters at the front end and giving them access to the hardest working, most committed teachers and principals and compensating them for the extraordinary work they do?